is up, everybody? Welcome to DQP Weekly. I'm your host, Bill from Indy. With me today,
host?
Yeah,
You're supposed to say your boy.
I mean, your boy Shane.
No, you're your boy. And then I repeat it.
Oh
my God!
I was trying to one up Dave, but I can't.
It's your boy Billy.
That's right. You cue me because I don't know what I'm doing.
Son of a bitch.
Also here, producer Russell.
Hi, I am Russell.
Russell the Mumbler.
Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah.
And his third thing about Russell.
Still Russell.
Dave's gonna love this episode.
I know how this goes. I listen every week.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
And I think we start with something, probably headlines.
Headlines.
Yep. There we go. We got it.
That is called a segue.
Yeah. We have a special guest, Billy, today. He's hosting for some reason.
I've taken over Dave's duties, but no one checked my resume.
Okay.
Let's get into these headlines. We got a lot today.
So I'll preface this by it was actually rather hard finding headlines that weren't Marvel related because we have a whole segment later on in the show for Marvel specifically. I know you were surprised.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I feel like to be Dave and be that exciting, I need like an air horn soundboard. So we're like,
like that?
Yeah, I can't bring the enthusiasm like he does.
It's because you need your hype man, Shane.
Oh yeah, I forgot Shane's intros.
It was great. Don't let Shane make you feel bad.
No, you're fine.
All right,
first up, trying to hurt his feelings. I swear.
For headlines, is Netflix original The Gray Man is getting a sequel and a spinoff. Ryan Gosling and the Russo brothers are set to return.
That should be fun.
That kind of ruins.
Maybe. I know. That's exactly what I thought when I read it. I was like, fuck, I should have watched this already.
Oh. Well, of course, he's whatever, secret agent John Wick. Like, he beats everybody's ass. I mean, it's one of those movies where, like, he's a ridiculous badass. So, of course, it's not like he's going to die.
Okay.
So, up next for headlines, two of my favorite actors in recent cinema history are doing a limited series together at HBO. David Harbour and Pedro Pascal.
Oh, shit.
Are to star in My Dentist's Murder Trial.
What? What?
I don't know who either of those people are.
David Harbour is the sheriff from Stranger Things.
Okay.
Red Guardian.
Hellboy.
Yeah, and Red Guardian and bad Hellboy.
Second Hellboy. It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault. Was not his fault. And then Pedro Pascal is Mandalorian.
I thought that was John Wayne's son.
He also plays the Red Viper in Game of Thrones.
Oh,
and he's also the eccentric billionaire that loves Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, we need to watch that.
We do need to watch that. I actually have been waiting to watch that with you.
I'm in. I will watch that for sure. I almost went to the theater, but it was still COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still
still COVID. Everybody's just giving up. Nobody cares anymore. It's like, fucking cough on me.
So, Variety.com gives this synopsis for the movie. Limited series.
Oh, yeah, the dentist thing.
The dentist thing.
I forgot what we were talking about.
The series is inspired by the James Lasden New Yorker article. My dentist, holy shit.
What a title for an article.
The title of the article is My Dentist's Murder Trial, Adultery, False Identities, and a Lethal Sedation. The article told the true story of how Dr. Gilberto Nunez was indicted for the death of his friend Thomas Coleman.
I'm in. I love true crime, one. Also, I think limited series is the best way to tell a visual story of like, that's, if I could watch anything, it's limited series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I like it too. Also super happy about the casting. Should be fun.
Which, like that thing that we talked about last time you were on the show, 2 weeks ago, the Eric Kripke thing.
Yeah.
Where he was talking about, like, these guys don't know how to write TV. Like, that's where I disagree with him about limited series. Playing it like it's a long movie, fantastic. As long as each episode's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like limited series because they usually have a complete story front to back. They're not worried about having, like, are we going to get approved for another season or not, or whatever. So they actually have a complete story, and then they use that time usually to tell something that's compelling that would be too long to be a movie.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
I mean, you can make most stuff into a limited series. It's just like some people don't know what to do with that extra time.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying make everything a limited series. Some stories don't need, like, you shouldn't just do it for you shouldn't have to stretch.
Right.
You should have a story that you need more than a movie to tell the story completely, but it has a complete finished story. You're not just guessing at how long or trying to, right, you're not doing the, like, network TV thing where you're like, oh, we need to keep the story going so we can make more money.
Right.
We need 14 filler episodes in this 23 episode season.
Exactly.
Hey.
It's good for one show. One show.
Some of the filler episodes were the best episodes of that fucking show.
I agree with that. Season 6 has my favorite episode in it.
Yeah. One of the worst seasons.
Yep. Has my favorite episode in it.
Yep.
Like,
I would like Supernatural better if it was just filler, probably. Because that was what I liked about the show.
Yeah.
I just wanted to watch two dudes driving around killing monsters.
Yeah.
I didn't need an overarching story.
Yep. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. We'll get something like that one day.
Will we?
Maybe.
It does seem like the
hopefully
limited series True Crime it's like borderline jumping the shark. I mean, that's HBO, so it'll be good, but like Hulu just brought out like 7 series that are all like recent true crime events that like someone made a documentary about, and then they were like, we're going to make a dramatic limited series of the same fucking thing that just came out 2 years ago.
Yeah, there's one in particular that was like the lady that fell down the stairs or some shit like that. It had a really dumb fucking title.
Staircase.
Maybe one of the documentaries, because there's like 2 or 3 documentaries about it.
Yeah.
And then they just did this limited series, and there was also a movie?
Yeah, so there's original documentary, which was done by a French group, and it was in French, and it was like good, and then Netflix bought it and like adapted it for an American audience and like added a couple more episodes by doing some follow-up after years later, and that was the Netflix The Staircase documentary.
Right.
It's also really good. And then this year HBO did a dramatic version of the same story, which is also really good.
Yeah.
But it's like if you don't watch documentaries, watch this limited series retelling of the stuff that was in the documentary.
Yeah.
So I'm, like I said, it's borderline starting to jump the shark. I love true crime, but I know that it will hit that wall where they start to make like stories that suck, or the series itself just is poorly made. And then they fall off the radar, and I don't get them anymore.
You're gonna hit market saturation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So speaking of market saturation,
there we go.
Bruce Campbell confirms Ash versus the Evil Dead animated series talks have begun.
Well, he's too old and fat to keep doing that show, so they're going to animate it and let him voice act it.
Which was like a joke 5 years ago when they did the show last time.
Because he had a girdle on that was part of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm there for it. I love Bruce Campbell, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll watch Lucy Lawless naked again. I mean, that's fine.
yeah.
Yep.
She's just live action in an animated show, just so she can be naked.
Dude, that would actually be super great. Because of, like, the whole Kill Bill like scene.
Yeah.
Except for she's live action and everything around her is animated.
Sure.
Oh, man. I love that idea. Pitch that.
I just did. Somebody take it. Listen to our show.
To Shane's idea.
We have lots of good ideas.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just spout them off for free on our shows.
Yeah.
Ignore his trademark infringing t-shirt.
Nobody gives a shit what I'm wearing.
It says unknown because
You don't know that this is Magneto. I mean,
you're just supposed to assume. So
And he doesn't have any identifying marks. It's just a red and purple costume on a skeleton.
yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole thing though? Like they didn't have licensing.
I have no idea.
Oh.
I saw some cool shirts on Instagram and I was like, I wonder if they have sizes that fit me. So I bought like 5 and they all fit. So I was like, okay. And I meant to buy more and I never did.
Yeah, they all they are cool shirts.
Yeah.
And their website is hosted in Germany, so no one can take them down.
Yeah, something like that. South Africa. That's why they smell weird when I get them. They've been washed several times since I got them.
They still smell weird?
No.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. I smelled it and then I was like, no, it doesn't actually still smell weird.
I was like, were they made next to like nuclear waste? Like,
Dude, sometimes when I get stuff like off of Instagram, I'm like, this is what? Why does this smell like this? When I got that fucking that Russian, sorry Ukraine, I got that Russian like tracksuit.
that was before the war.
It was before, but when I got that Russian tracksuit, like it stank. It was so gross smelling.
Wasn't it really shitty as well?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were gonna look awesome.
I was gonna look awesome, but then like the jacket is okay. If I like continue to lose some weight, the jacket will be fine.
Yeah.
It just wasn't quite big enough. The pants were big enough, but like the crotch was so high, there was only like this much like crotch seam. So like if I like the waist, like the crotch was all the way up in the crease of my nutsack. So if I took a step, I was blowing the whole pants out.
So you were fucking moose knuckling as well.
Yeah, basically. So like if I moved at all, like I could get them on and they fit in my thighs and my legs and stuff, and like they fit my waist.
Yeah.
But I had to pull them so far up that the inseam was just like completely maxed out.
That's
Without moving.
Stay tuned, R Tactical. Well have a video for you.
Yeah. No. I'm not doing that to myself.
Luchador mask, tracksuit.
We have to get some. We got to get some muscle tape to cover my tattoos,
So you can't be
identified.
Okay. So we're gonna make a limited series about a street level superhero, and you in that outfit are the villain. More so the outfit, but
oh my god! I shouldn't wear the luchador mask. I should wear my my Wolverine it's like a sock hat, but it's a whole mask.
But then it makes less sense when you 619 everyone.
Oh. Where are we I just like look at these random wrestling ropes.
Yeah.
I 619 you.
you have henchmen, and like after you've defeated the good guy, they bring out like 2 posts with ropes on them.
And my guys like lay them in it, and then like I run and do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This mental image is fucking killing me.
Where the fuck are we at?
We are on the last headline. Nope has earned the highest opening weekend for a film with an original screenplay since Peele's last film, Us, which earned $71 million at launch in April of 2019.
I would be more impressed if they made original anything anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if more people made original stuff, because I mean, like the movies that he's made have been like original ideas and screenplays. So
yeah, which is awesome, and they should let more people write original things and make them.
Yes,
I agree with that. Did you see the thing about the story we read last week about the bots and the Snyderverse?
Wait, bots?
Yeah.
No.
This subheadline. This is a horrible news source, but that's the only one I can find. The Mary Sue. DC's Jim Lee says no more Snyderverse at San Diego Comic-Con 2022 following Rolling Stone report. So last week we talked about a Rolling Stone report that said up to 13% of all of the social media buzz pre Snyder Cut that was like pushing for the Snyder Cut was fake. It was all bots.
Up to 30%. 13%.
Yeah.
That's like kind of a low number.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would depend on like where in the timeline. If they were like the originators.
Yeah, so basically the idea is that it wasn't a grassroots, it was an AstroTurf movement. So like they started. See, have you not heard that either?
No, I thought you just came up with that. I was like, that's fucking
what the
awesome.
Fuck? I wish Dave did the same thing.
I'd heard it before, Shane.
Okay,
so I was like, good use of AstroTurfing.
Yeah, AstroTurfing is a real thing that other people came up with, not me. I wish, but I didn't.
Huh.
It's a fake grassroots movement, which makes all the sense in the world. So, as expected, San Diego Comic-Con 2022 dropping a lot of news about the future of DC and Marvel. One of the biggest things is Jim Lee, the comic book artist and CCO of DC Comics, confirming that Zack Snyder is not returning to DC movies, which, I mean, I don't think any of us actually thought he was.
No, I don't think we did either.
Nor is the Snyderverse storyline going to continue while speaking at San Diego Comic-Con. There's actually a video from his Q&A. I imagine somebody actually asked him. But this comes following the news from Rolling Stone about how social media fueled Justice League Snyder Cut campaign had a sizable amount of its activity driven by bots and fake accounts. This has, of course, been a whole issue because the reporting is very much framing Zack Snyder as a bad actor behind this campaign.
I mean, even like, I don't think that he was behind it, but if he was, that actually like makes me laugh, and that would be awesome. Like if he came out and he was like, "Yeah, I started that."
Yeah. So this is from the Rolling Stone article. This is just a paragraph. It's actually a pretty long article. You guys should read it. It's very interesting. But this says Rolling Stone spoke with more than 20 people involved with both the original Justice League and Snyder's Cut, most of whom believe that the director was working to manipulate the ongoing campaign. Snyder claims that if anyone, in quotes, was pulling strings on the social media fervor, it was Warner Brothers. Quote, trying to leverage my fan base to bolster subscribers to their new streaming service. But one source maintains that, quote, Zack was like a Lex Luthor wreaking havoc.
I would believe that anyone involved in Hollywood would engineer a stunt like that.
Yeah, right. Like either way.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yeah. But it's funny because, like, they're both acting like the other one's mad about it. Like,
but in the end, he made millions of dollars, and assumingly they made millions of dollars. I don't know how well the director's cut stuff went, but
well, I mean, the problem is they couldn't release it in theaters. One, because it's 4 hours, and two, because it was like, you know,
but I'm sure
they didn't want to. Yeah. They wanted to use it to get people to get HBO Max.
Yeah. And they did. I'm sure they made some, right, had some deal with streaming counts on HBO Max and how much money they made, and
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it makes total sense. Hollywood and entertainment in general is almost always on the forefront of like media manipulation to get money from people.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Advertising exists because of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Right. We got TV so that they could sell stuff on TV.
In your house, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're always on the cutting edge of this stuff. It would not surprise me in any way if either one of them were behind it.
Right.
Why not, right, pay Russian hackers a few $1,000s to create a bot network to drive up customers?
Yeah, right. So like one of the things they say that why Warner Brothers was upset about it, other than they spent $60 million on post-production and editing for a film that was already not an important part of the DCEU anyway, which it's only not an important part if he was already not continuing the Snyderverse. So either it's important or it's not. Like that's the, it's not just now not important, like Jim Lee apparently seems to be saying.
Yeah.
Either it was already not important then, right?
This
they were
guy's
just
an ass face.
yeah, basically.
Because
but hold on.
okay, go ahead.
So it also highlighted issues with Ray Fisher's treatment, if you remember that, which wasn't Snyder, it was Whedon.
Yeah.
But and a lot of the behind the scenes shadiness at Warner Brothers, which was not good PR for Warner Brothers.
Right.
So like them continuing to talk about Justice League just kept that stuff in the headlines too.
Yeah.
Which was not good for them.
Right. It wasn't. Well, also like that guy's an idiot. This Jim Lee dude.
Yeah.
Because like if anything, I feel like that sort of backfired. Like because like not the Snyderverse, but like the Justice League Snyder Cut is like a good example. It's a good example of I'm struggling here today. Holy shit.
It's a good example of what, buddy?
It's a good example of what happens if you leave your director the fuck alone.
Yeah. Which I mean, we talk about this constantly, right?
Yeah.
Like studio interference.
And like to see what Zach could have done had they just like let him fucking do it.
Well,
versus what we got.
Let him do it, and two, giving him the time to, recover after what happened.
Yeah.
Because like, with his family problems and stuff.
Yeah. I don't see Zach as the bad guy in any of this. So fuck this Jim Lee dude.
Yeah. I mean, Zach did like pull a lot of money from them, both for the original production, but then when he wanted to I just need to do a couple of reshoots. Like originally it was like a $5 million remake, and then he like asked for more money and more money and more money until it was like a $60 million reshoot, which is like the budget of another film, basically.
I don't know. I think it's worth it. I think that's like that his version that ended up on HBO Max is a really fucking good movie. It's stupid long, and I totally understand if nobody ever wants to watch it.
Yeah.
But considering what we got for the original budget and all the bullshit that happened, it was worth Warner Brothers $16 million to me.
Yeah, well, again, they don't make these because they want to entertain us. They make them to make money.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to recoup $60 million on a reproduction of a film that already exists and was not a favorite film.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure they released it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So
it is.
I mean they do everything they can to make that money back. I would assume they got, by some metric, they made their money back either through like HBO subscriptions or sales, digital sales, streaming, whatever.
Yeah.
But it would be tough. That's a big number to pull off of a film that already exists, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're right.
And it's not like a digital remaster of a favorite.
Yeah. So, but like that's the idea, right? Like that's the whole reason they did it was because so many people were asking, right? So like they were like, if half these people or a quarter of these people that are asking for it, buy it, or get a subscription to watch it, then we'll have made our money.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I think that's it for headlines.
That is it for headlines.
Sure is.
I think I can do a news segment. This is my show, right?
Are you gonna do?
I could do
doing
a
a
news
headline?
segment. I mean, it's not a headline,
Oh, it's just news.
but we can just do another news segment. Yeah.
Sure.
How about like 3 things I watched on Netflix this weekend?
Oh, we're doing that.
Yeah, we could do that right here. I'm the
Okay.
host.
I mean, the power has gone to his head apparently.
Russell mentioned The Gray Man on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yep.
I watched that on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. It was pretty solid. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm hearing
Yeah.
a lot of good things about it.
Yeah. I wasn't sure about like, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants or whatever he was in before. Ryan Gosling.
Oh.
What was he in? One of those movies.
The Notebook?
The Notebook. Yeah. He was in The Notebook. And he was in like La La Land. He was like a jazz guy.
Yeah.
He was in Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
It's probably terrible.
I love that
I
movie.
don't know about terrible. It
But-
wasn't the first Blade Runner.
I'd never really seen him action star guy.
Oh, you haven't seen Drive either?
Well, I saw Drive, but that was a long time ago.
Oh.
He hasn't really leaned
Yeah.
into that. Was
That's
that
true.
like 2005 or something? No, maybe before that. 2002?
No,
That was a
it's not
long
that long.
time
It was
ago.
like 2011.
Yeah.
Drive?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we double check? I'll double check.
I swear, like in high school, somebody had that jacket that he wears.
Somebody probably had the jacket,
isn't,
but
isn't that the one where he's got the gold jacket on?
2011.
Oh, man.
Oh, fuck.
yeah, you're pretty good at that. You can't remember what we talk about on the show, but you're pretty
Nope.
good at remembering what year movies came out.
But yeah, anyway, it's like essentially, it's like, James Bond, John Wick combo, super badass secret agent, CIA guy, just goes around and like beats the shit out of everyone.
Okay, I'm in.
So
I
yeah, it
love
was pretty
that
cool.
trope.
And yeah, it's fun, right? You don't need a deep story. Like you're
Yeah.
there for the action. It's
Yeah.
a bunch of dudes in tactical gear and tactical rifles chasing him around, and he's beating them with scissors and shit. You know what I mean? So
I'm
yeah,
into it.
it's fun. It had a couple of the stunts did not have real smooth CGI. There was a little bit of that in it, unfortunately.
Mm.
Yeah.
But overall, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I had a good time watching it.
Cool.
Okay.
Anna de Armas is in it. She was good too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Well, I was already in, but I'll watch anything that she's
Yeah, it's
in. I
fun.
think.
And Captain America's in it.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
want to watch Captain America be a bad guy with a porn stash.
yeah, definitely got a dick broom going on.
Yep.
Yeah. But he was really good too. He was
Fuck.
he was that like the dude you hate asshole frat guy. Like,
Yeah.
he played it perfect. It was
Awesome.
really good.
Yeah. From the trailers that I've seen, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna love that character.
Um,
I'm gonna love to hate that character.
Yeah, he is. He's a loved it. Like you're like, what a fucking tool the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But he just nails he nails it. What he's
Yeah.
supposed to be doing. So
Okay.
yep, and for the lady in your life, there is some shirtless Ryan Gosling, and he looks like a fucking action star. Like no joke, he's a big boy.
Awesome.
So
I was gonna watch it, and then I like asked Cassie. I was like, "Hey, you want to watch this, probably, don't you? Because isn't this like your dream 3-way?" And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Chris Evans, Ryan Gosling." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I do want to watch that." And I
Oh.
was like, "I would watch you do that."
I thought she was really into Billy Bob Thornton when you said Dream 3-Way.
Someone is. Someone somewhere is.
A lot of people apparently.
Yeah. What?
I mean, he was like, wasn't he married to Angelina Jolie?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
She moved on to Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
So
Moving up in the world.
yeah. But yeah, that was good. I recommend that. I also watched Black Summer, which hopefully Dave listens to this because I think he would like Black Summer. I watched the first season. There's a second season as well. It's like a low budget zombie suspense horror series.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it also? It's dubbed, isn't it?
No.
Oh, it's not. It is like.
or if it is, it was really
English?
fucking well. I say it's in English, yeah.
I think I started to watch it.
But yeah, Black Summer. I was like flipping through Netflix. Hey, that looks cool. Recommended as like addictive watch by Stephen King. And I was like, I've never seen Stephen King endorse a TV show before. What the fuck?
Is Black Summer a prequel to Z Nation?
It could be. It's zombies.
I don't.
It is zombies.
So.
I think it's a prequel to another zombie show.
Okay, it could be. It's very like. It looks low budget. I'm assuming it is actually low budget.
Probably.
It's almost like it's shot on an iPhone, but like well shot. It's not like shitty or anything, but it's sort of all like almost like single camera, sort of over the shoulder rig kind of thing. It seems like.
Oh, it is English.
And it's all like really intimate stories of these like zombie survivors, and it's all told just directly from their point of view. So like you don't know what the fuck's going on. They don't give you an explanation about how zombies work. Like you don't know the rules. Like it's just people surviving.
So it's like the World War Z book and not like what they did with the World War Z movie.
Yeah, I guess that you could say that. But yeah, literally it just starts, hey, there's a family in a house. Obviously something's going on because they have like backpacks and shit and they're hiding out in a house. Right? They all go outside. They're trying to load into FEMA trucks and they won't let them on because one of them's injured, and then shit hits the fan and like everybody's running around hiding, and like there's like planes flying over bombing shit. And then like the characters that start in the first episode just like die 15 minutes later, and you're like, what the fuck? Right? Like it was like, it's really cool. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it.
And
I think I just watched the trailer.
Okay, yeah. Check it out. I'll let you know if season 2 is good. But it had a good mix of like, right, some suspense, a little bit of action, right, a lot of like mysterious ongoings because you don't know what's up, and like sort of dystopian viewpoint. And the ending of the first season was like that perfect like desperation with a little bit of hope at the end, right? And like they nailed it pretty good on the ending. Yeah, I thought it was well worth watching. I'm not generally a horror person, and I hate zombies in general as well. I'm very, very strict on my zombie rules, and they didn't break any of them. So
nice,
because I don't believe in anything that you make it a zombie and it somehow gets more powerful is complete nonsense. I'm out immediately. I'm just out.
Yeah.
They have to like fall apart and be slow and stupid, or they're not zombies.
Yeah.
Call them something else.
Based on Z Nation by John Hyams and Carl Schaefer.
So it is a prequel?
Sort of.
Or is it and Z Nation are based on the same source material?
I'm guessing that.
Okay.
Because this seems more
Z Nation like goofy,
it's sort of comic, comical.
Okay. And it is. There's some humor to it as well, because like one of the zombie rules in this is there's no like biting and shit doesn't matter. It's like they don't explain it, but I'm assuming it's like some sort of virus that's dormant, so when you die you turn into a zombie,
Walking Dead.
Regardless of how it happens. Yeah. So you're in a car with 3 other people and you're all survivors, and then like someone runs you off the road and you crash into a telephone pole and you wake up in the back seat and you're like, oh fuck, what happened? And you're like crawling out, and then the 2 people in the front seat died and now they're zombies. So you just went from having survivor friends to being trapped in a car with zombies.
Yeah. Right? I like that. So that's one of my favorite plays on zombies, is like not necessarily like, I like when the infection can kill people, but like I also like when it's like kind of based on each individual person. So like if someone has a super strong immune system, like they might either last longer or they might be able to fight off the infection of like a bite or whatever. But I don't like you were bit or scratched, so now you're immediately turning into a zombie 10 minutes later.
Yep, exactly. And again, there's no explanation of rules, but you see people get killed because they got bitten, and the people with them don't trust that they're not going to.
Yeah.
But you never really see someone like slowly degenerate from a bite and turn into a zombie.
Okay.
You see other people turn on them because they think they're going to become a zombie. But
that's good.
In Z Nation, people were turned into zombies thanks to the NZ1 virus, and that series took place 3 years after the outbreak. Black Summer, though, occurs mere months after, showing how an unnamed zombie virus spreads like wildfire, evolving to become airborne. Like in The Walking Dead, everyone is infected, and once they die, they turn into a zombie. Carl Schaefer, who served as the showrunner of Z Nation, created Black Summer with Z Nation executive producer John Hyams. Thus, there's already the foundation for Connective Tissue. Backs up how the series initially was sold to the media as a prequel. Notably, the term Black Summer has been mentioned in Z Nation Season 1, Episode 2, Fracking Zombies. These survivors revealed how right after the outbreak in the summer that followed, there was an extreme drought and resources were really scarce. This led to many people dying, which increased the population of the undead. Thus, this summer, where nature turned on mankind, to snowballed into the predicament today. So
awesome.
There you go. It
so
looks
it's a
like
premonition.
Huh?
I said, so it's actually a premonition.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we're basically dealing with like
droughts and heat waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's source material out there. I don't know how close it is to source material, but it was a good watch. If it is just sort of inspired by the works of or in conjunction of the works of, then that's awesome because that's my jam. If you're not going to make something just the exact thing, then call it inspired by.
Yeah.
And that's good enough.
Yeah, I think Z Nation was original. I don't think it was like based on anything. Because it says it's created by Carl Schaefer and Craig Engler. Yeah, I don't see anything that says that it was based on like a
right, but they didn't
comic or
it's
a
not
book
like
or anything.
Z Nation comic book that we didn't follow anything that was in the book and just made a different show.
Yeah, I don't
was,
see anything saying that was.
Which drives me crazy.
Guys, I think I'm about to get back into zombies really hard.
Game of Thrones.
There's also zombies in that.
Which, yeah, there are. Not really in the TV show because it's terrible and they just decided to get rid of all of that.
Yeah.
You know, it was only like important.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Song of Ice and Fire.
Dude, every time somebody's like, yeah, Game of Thrones. No. Song of Ice and Fire.
Song of Ice and Fire. Actually, a good story.
Actually.
Game of Thrones Season 1. Actually, a good story.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. The third thing. What was the third thing I watched? Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah.
It was in the popular or like top 10 right now or whatever on Netflix. And I was like, I liked Resident Evil games. I watched that Mila Jovovich movie, like not 7, but I'm pretty sure like maybe the first 1 or 2. And I was like, that's a decent story. I'd give it a shot on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway through the first episode, I was like, this is garbage. I don't know if I can watch this. I was like, I gotta finish the first episode at least.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, it's terrible. And I stopped.
Yeah. It doesn't get any better.
Oh, how far did you make it?
3 episodes.
Well, you gave it a good taste then. I wasn't even willing to go that far.
Yeah.
Because it's what, 8 probably?
It's 8 or 10. I don't remember.
But yeah, they used the names from the Resident Evil game.
Yep.
I mean, like Wesker's in it, but I don't know what the fuck else is going on.
Yeah, it's basically just like, so it's like Wesker and then it's about his kids.
Yeah, but that's like not actually Wesker either.
Yeah.
It's like a clone of Wesker. Like a clone of Wesker.
Yeah, because he's like, I know like he was like blood doping off of the children because they're basically clones of him as well.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's in like the very first episode. He's like taking blood samples from him and injected himself. I'm assuming he was doing that to like keep himself young or something.
Yeah, I thought he was doing that to like
stave off the T-virus himself.
Yeah, same idea, right? Doing whatever.
Yeah. Or Ouroboros, whatever the fuck he had in him. I don't know. Which game did you guys play?
Yeah, exactly. Right. There's enough source material. You can come up with like a coherent story and do something cool, but they fail at it every time. So I thought, like I said, I was like, it's on Netflix. Maybe they did it right.
Let me look.
Didn't seem like it to me, at least.
Yeah.
So 2 check it outs and 1 avoid.
Yeah. I also will give a hard avoid to Resident Evil.
Hold on.
Shane's typing.
There was a movie. Yeah, Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City.
Okay.
So it was like, I think it was like 1 and 2, because I think it starts in the mansion and then it goes to the.
Oh, a Sony movie.
So I remember that trailer now, and I wanted to watch that, and then I forgot it existed.
Yeah, it came out last year, rated R, an hour and 47 minutes.
I'm pretty sure that things like get buried because I notice that often. Like, I remember seeing a trailer and I'll be like, oh, that looks interesting. I don't really want to go to the theater, but I'll check it out at some point. And then like 5 years later, I see it again and I'm like, I never saw another ad for that.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't watch it.
Yeah.
And generally that's the
I mean, there's just a lot of movies that end up like that for me. Like, I've been meaning to watch Knives Out since it came out. Like, how fucking old is that? Like 3 or 4 years old now?
Yeah. And it's worth a watch. Nothing crazy good or anything.
Yeah. But I just wanted to watch it. It's like my kind of movie.
Watch. You don't
like that shit.
Not every movie has to be amazing. Like, it was good enough to watch and
it'd be awesome if everything was amazing, but then you wouldn't know that it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like being on fucking medication. You're like, I am always here.
Yes. I have no ups and downs.
This eventually starts feeling like it's down here somewhere because you're like, I don't know what's good and what's bad anymore.
Sometimes it's nice because, you're like, whatever, on Netflix or HBO Max or whatever, and you're like, oh, hey, I remember that. And you just end up watching like 5 movies in a row from 2014 that you never got around to, and you're like, I remember that. Hey, I remember that too. And you just end up watching a bunch of movies. You're like, that was actually pretty good. I'd forgotten it existed.
That was a good time. Yeah, that's a good Saturday. Oh fuck, I was supposed to go to work. Yeah.
All right, what's next? I'm not a very good host.
You got.
I have correspondence, but while we're at recommendations.
Oh, I knew what to do there.
I watched 2 movies. I want to highly recommend Everything Everywhere All of the Time. Highly recommend. Highly.
All at once?
Yeah, Everything All at Once.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. Hold on.
I thought it was all of the time. Did we recommend this before already?
We did the trailer.
Oh, okay.
But I hadn't watched it yet.
All at once? Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Everything Everywhere
fucking making
all
me
once.
Doubt myself.
Okay. Everything Everywhere All at Once is like if you gave an indie director a bunch of fucking money and you let them make their very own film. And I was so
I feel like
enthralled.
that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Okay.
So like, but it has it has a large budget. The production value is incredible, while at the same time it has this really small movie feel, while also having like this large multiversal thing going on.
It's too weird to be a big budget movie, but it is a big budget movie.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome.
It's one of those, like, I fucking loved it. It was like something you like. I mean, you probably aren't going to see it on AFC, but like it has tones and is in a similar vein to a lot of movies you would watch on IFC. If anyone remembers what the fuck IFC is,
Independent Film Channel, because he's not going to say it.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite channels growing up. Thanks.
I think it still exists.
It does still exist.
Yeah, but who has cable anymore?
Yeah.
Old people.
Yeah. So,
but do they get IFC, or is it just like, call your cable provider?
No, they mostly just cheat my grandmother out of money every month.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, highly recommend that. Great. I would probably give it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, the whole time I was just fucking like, this is fucking awesome. Like, it's hilarious. It's silly. It has very serious thematic tones. Themes. Thematic themes.
Just themes.
It has very serious themes while at the same time maintaining like an air of humor.
Whimsy.
Yes, whimsy.
Yeah, I believe
I know what you're trying to say.
Yes. I'm struggling.
Did we wake you up too early?
No, I mean, I did go to bed too late, but I also had like a really rough, stressful night last night, which like I'll tell you about later.
Sure.
And then I didn't have everything fixed until this morning, so it was fun.
Ugh.
Yeah, I
know those.
I basically spent like 9 hours being stressed out as to the level in which I can be stressed out. But anyway, so 9 out of 10, great movie. Fucking watch it. You can rent it right now. I don't know if it's free on any services. Next movie I watched was another movie we watched a trailer for a while ago called Moonfall.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not a great movie. But the idea behind the movie is super cool, and it's
disagree already.
a lot of fun. So it's very, so it's like a disaster. It's a disaster movie.
It's a Roland Emmerich movie.
Yeah. It's a disaster movie that turns into like a space movie that turns into like a hard fucking sci-fi movie. And it was a lot of fun. It's not like super great, so it's definitely not for everyone. But it's like a good random watch, I think.
Have you watched it?
I haven't. I saw a trailer. It had to have been when I went to see like maybe a Marvel movie. There must have been a movie that wasn't a Marvel movie that I went to watch.
Okay.
Recently and saw the trailer and was like, what a fucking piece of shit that's going to be.
Yeah. So that was my initial thought on the first trailer I saw, because it didn't reveal anything about like the deeper plot of the movie. Because what he's talking about,
it's like the moon's full of monsters and it's falling to Earth. Oh.
Okay. Well, so like
wow.
that one is like,
that's what you're led to believe in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
But-
other than the full of monsters part.
No, in the movie, when you watch the movie.
It tells you the full of monsters part in the first 5 minutes.
The first 5 minutes is very much like, hey, here's the movie. And then you watch the movie and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know. I might watch it.
Yeah. It's worth watching. It's a lot of fun. I mean, if you can wait till you don't have to pay for it, like, you might prefer that, but it is a lot of fun, and it kept changing so much that was what like kept reeling me into the movie. The dialogue is really terrible because Halle Berry's in it, so obviously.
I forgot that Halle Berry's in it. Now I'm not going to watch it.
So
I seriously do not like her at all.
I'll get back to you in 5 years when I stumble across this on a random streaming platform.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I guess I'll watch it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But as of right now, you got to rent it or buy it on Amazon.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. But those were the 2 recommendations I wanted to get in this week, and then the other 3 things I watched I'll talk about next week.
Okay.
So what
Correspondence.
Correspondence. Is that
Do the rainbow.
Correspondence.
Yes.
So this week we have 2 emails.
Did we have any last week?
No, we didn't have any last week.
I'm glad, because I didn't have the sign in.
I was going to send them to you guys.
Thanks for telling me, so I didn't talk about it on the show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was like, I don't have the sign in, so I'm sorry if you guys wrote us this week.
No one wrote us last week.
Son of a bitch.
All right, 2 emails. First email is from PsychMyth. Still don't remember if I'm supposed to say who that is or not. Hey guys, just finished up the Thor episode and I couldn't agree more. Like with the whole episode? Because if so, I love you more.
Yeah.
I think what could have been a solid addition to the MCU was let down by weak writing and a need for something different to offer comic book movies, which doesn't mean something good. My biggest qualm with the MCU movies for the past few years is comedy. Agreed. While comedy is one of my favorite genres, there is a time and place. While the combo of action comedy can work for something like Kung Fu Hustle, I wish Marvel would leave it alone. It started with the occasional one-liners through the various Avenger movies to now we have Thor seemingly unable to take any moment seriously without making some quip. He's not Deadpool. He's not Spider-Man. He's the God of Thunder. It feels like every character has to be a comedian now. These heroes had all these badass origin stories, and now that they have a couple movies under their belt, it's fucking open mic night. Thor's gone from this deep, brooding god with all of the emotional turmoil of losing his father, brother, and home to a big meathead that's completely delved into his socially awkwardness around the humans. Enjoy Taika Waititi's comedies, such as What We Do in the Shadows and Our Flag Means Death, but they're satire. They're parodies of what we've established vampires and pirates to be for the past centuries. It works because their intention is to be comedies. I find it terribly ironic that in Thor, Love and Thunder, there is a play acted out by Luke Hemsworth, Matt Damon, Sam Neill, and Melissa McCarthy. They put a bastardized version of their own story within the story, but don't seem to realize they're doing the same thing. It's like a 13-year-old read these comics and tried to give a book report.
Son of a bitch. We should have had him on the episode. That episode to talk about that movie. Fuck.
It's watered down, lame, bullshit dressed up in a Guns N' Roses screaming goats and bun gods.
God damn, bud.
Dude, I thought I was salty. Woo! I just want my superheroes to be cool. I don't want satire. It irritates the hell out of me. The Batman was such a good movie because it took itself seriously and delivered something that made you feel like you were in the story and made you think. That's my favorite part of comics. What's going to happen in the next issue? How are they going to win this one? There needs to be some stakes, and it's very hard for me to be invested if you're constantly making jokes. Fuck off with the jokes. Sure, this movie was entertaining. It's just not what I want from a superhero movie. I think Marvel should take notes from DC and put out something on par with the Batman, Joker, or Justice League. Superheroes are badass, just let them be badass. The last Marvel movie I enjoyed was Shang-Chi. It was jam-packed with action, had a legit storyline, and kept the jokes like a dash of pepper. They didn't overdo it. I enjoyed No Way Home. Spidey is my favorite. Wasn't a fan of Ragnarok. I found Multiverse of Madness boring. Fight me. Whoa.
Oh, that last sentence.
Oh, yeah. Who am I fighting?
I found Multiverse of Madness boring. Bro. Oh, he puts his name at the end so I can say who it is. I know they're trying to play to a younger audience, and I'm sure kids love the new Thor. I just want something with a little substance that doesn't feel like a long strand of TikTok videos spliced together.
Jesus.
Woo!
Fuck.
I want a movie. I'm an old man. I read a lot of comics. I want comic movies to be like comic books. End rant. Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay. A person named Mike that's not the Mike I was afraid of fighting, so I could probably fight him.
Yeah, thanks for emailing, Mike. I don't understand how you thought Multiverse of Madness was boring.
I mean, like, I could see not liking it, but like,
yeah,
thinking
boring.
It was boring is kind of
that's interesting.
What? I'm surprised by that one.
Why don't you email us? Yeah, email us
another
again
email
with some elaboration.
Yeah, that was a great email. Thanks for all the information. Yeah, I don't think we need to go through it point by point and discuss it. We'll be here for another fucking 2 hours. But
yeah,
I agree with the core of it, which is Marvel has great IP.
Yeah,
just adapt
it.
Yeah.
Why steal little bits and pieces and ruin them and burn them out?
Yeah,
like,
so
just adapt the IP you've got.
The like one-liners occasionally is fine, and like if you go and read the Gore storyline, and I talked about this before, if you go and read it, there are funny parts in that. It's not all doom and gloom the whole time.
Yeah,
it is written extremely well to be palatable the whole time.
Yeah,
and like they just went way too far the other way.
Yeah.
They burnt up interesting characters in a non-interesting way.
Yeah,
which is the biggest gripe I have as well. Yeah, the source material is great. Just adapt it. If you want a comedy, do another like the first Guardians movie was essentially a comedy.
Yeah,
and the Guardians comic book is essentially a comedy.
I mean, after that, yeah.
Right. So like that's okay. You can have that, but not every Marvel movie needs to be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
I think we all support that statement.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got another one?
Yeah, I have another one. This email is titled "I Told You," and it comes from Podcastrophe Podcast.
Oh.
I warned you guys. I told you Alien 3 was terrible. You guys were all like, "No, Alien 4 is bad."
I said Alien 3 was bad. Okay? Alien Cubed. And Dave said, "Nuh-uh, it's 4. I'm pretty sure 3 is okay."
So then he says,
the bus, Dave.
which it is, but Alien 3 is way badder.
True.
Thanks for the email, Dick.
Yeah, thank you, Dick.
And the I told you so.
I mean, I knew, but
I didn't. I think I've only ever watched Alien 1. So I'm rewatching these and I'm like, I watched 2 and I was like, I don't remember this. And I watched 3 and I was like, I've seen the end of this.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys were mixed on 2. I love Aliens. I know it's not like Alien at all, which I also love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's still a well put together movie. And
Yeah, I think it's just a
entertaining.
different genre.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like,
They just went a totally different direction. It was an experiment in a different direction than the first experiment.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Alien Cube's just complete trash.
And we're going to talk about Alien Resurrection on the next episode of DQP Does.
Yes. But for now, that's all I have for correspondence.
I'm not going to try and do it. It's always the third person that tries to do it that fucks it up. But we're going down to the trailer park now.
Hey, Shane, take us to the trailer park.
Welcome to the trailer park!
Yeah.
Thor flashbacks.
So, the first trailer that we have is another A24 movie, and it's a prequel to another A24 movie.
Yeah, it is.
It's Pearl, which apparently is a prequel to X.
Makes sense. Sounds like a porn name.
Was the movie... So let you know, in case you haven't watched it or don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, Billy. X was another horror movie that was about a group of consenting adults that went to rent a guest house on farmland from this old couple, and they were going to shoot a porn there, and then they all die.
Oh, I think
they all get killed.
Okay, I think you guys maybe watched.
We watched the trailer. We talked about the trailer for that a while back.
What is A24? What is?
It's a studio.
Yeah, production studio.
Yeah, it's a production studio. They do a lot of horror, but not all horror. So it's kind of like weird indie stuff. Alex Garland does a lot of movies for them. Which there was another movie that I was like, oh fuck, that's an Alex Garland script. That's why it was the way it was, and we watched it, and I don't remember what the fuck the movie was. Look it up, please.
I'm on it.
But this is basically the prequel to that, showing you how spoilers, the old lady and the old man that are the couple that they rented off of are like the villains. They're the slashers. How at least the lady became how she is. And it's
okay. I see the tie-in now.
Yeah. So this is her as a kid, I think. And she is forced to take care of her parents, and she hates them and wants to get off the farm and become somebody, but she's also a psychopath and does all the normal predictive behaviors of being a serial killer, killing farm animals and fantasizing about murder and shit like that. Yeah. So it looks like a wild movie more because it has a lot of her fantasies and stuff in it. At least in the trailer, it seemed like that. I don't think she actually blows somebody up, but maybe she does
with her mind.
I don't think so, but like I don't remember the other one being. I don't think the other movie was like supernatural. I think it was just like like weird redneck old couple killing kids in the woods.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We still need to watch that too.
Yeah.
So
Dave watched it. He said it was good. There is a scene that I also saw on. Oh, it's What Culture. What Culture is the one that the YouTube thing that I've watched a bunch of in the last so long. There was a thing about the scene that he warned us about, which was the old people fucking scene.
Oh, I do remember. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he talked about that. Yeah,
I do remember that.
So apparently, like the last girl or the heroine of the main protagonist is like under the bed, like hiding under the bed, and like they come in. Like the old people come in, and then they're
celebrating their
killing people. Yeah, they like fuck on the bed, and like she's like trying to get out, like crawl away.
I wonder if the old guy like gets a rock hard erection while murdering somebody.
I don't know.
And he's like, we gotta go take care of this.
It was just like
generally the case. Yeah. Serial murderers. They get a rock hard one.
Yeah.
All right. So, which Alex Garland movie might you be talking about? Men.
No, it's an older one.
Annihilation, Ex Machina, Dread.
Ex Machina was good.
Yeah, I think it was Dread because he wrote Dread.
He also wrote Sunshine.
Oh, Sunshine was actually the one.
And
Sunshine was the
later.
one.
And he wrote the book, The Beach.
Is that what Old is based on?
No, the Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Oh,
The
okay.
Beach.
Random.
Yeah, he wrote the novel, and then he was like, he actually got a lot of input on the movie.
Okay. Sunshine was the one I was thinking of. I didn't realize that he wrote Dread, but I was like, I know it's a movie that we liked and we watched. I don't remember what it was, but Sunshine, because it was also in What Culture. That's what made me think of it.
Yeah, Sunshine's real good.
The movie that's like hard sci-fi that turns into a slasher.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I haven't, no.
It's like they're going to restart the sun or something like that in their spaceship to save the world. And then like they just start getting killed on the ship and they're like, what the fuck? It's got a bunch of like famous actors and stuff. Like two that we've talked about today.
Yeah, who does the studio work with for streaming? Do you know? A24?
I don't know.
Because these all seem like things I would watch if I saw them like on a streaming platform flipping through. So they must be on like a weird one or like don't have a deal with somebody or right. Which makes sense, especially if they do a lot of like independent artists. They want you to purchase so that they can continue to pay those independent artists. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't think they have a deal.
Right?
Let's see what Sunshine is on.
To me, I watch a ton of shit. It's all about availability, and if I can, right, I'll watch pretty much anything if it's free because I already have it on a streaming service.
Right? Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
But if I have to go out and find it on Amazon and pay $3, that's a barrier.
Yeah,
I'll do that, but it's got to be a sure thing if I'm going to pay for it.
Right. Sunshine is on Prime.
It's got to be something I really want to watch.
Not for free.
Yeah, for sure. And even if you don't even have to put all your content. If you can just get like one movie and show me that like it's gonna be good, right? If you get like a one or two on the streaming network, and I'll come find you after that.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to like get all your content out there for free. But
yeah, okay. So Cillian Murphy,
okay,
Chris Evans,
okay,
Rose Byrne.
I'm still in.
Cliff Curtis, which you know him, you just might not know his name. Michelle Yeoh, who is the main character in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Benedict Wong is in it.
Okay.
Yep. Hiroyuki Sanada is in it.
Oh, sweet.
Mark Strong is in it.
Okay. Still on board.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't
nice.
know that guy.
It's good. This is a good movie.
Yeah.
Although I don't even. If you look at the cast of Alien Resurrection.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, we'll get to that.
That's later. Sorry. That's a little preview for later.
10 years in between those two movies, by the way. But okay, so anyway, Pearl, A24. I don't know when it's coming out. I didn't write that down.
Yeah, we got a bunch more of these to do. I don't normally watch trailers. I avoid them at all costs.
Yeah.
I want to watch a movie and know nothing about it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So Shane made me watch these, and it looked fun. I was like, hey, this looks cool. I'd watch that.
Yeah. I don't think you thought this one looked as fun. Dungeons and Dragons. Something about Honor Amongst Thieves, I think. This is the subtitle.
Boy. Gripe number one, just immediately.
Yeah, sure.
Anything called Dungeons and Dragons is completely ridiculous because that encompasses so much. That'd be like calling a movie Marvel.
Yeah,
I mean, you're right.
Yeah,
subscript Captain America or whatever. Like, you'd be like, what? That makes no fucking sense. Why would you call a movie Marvel?
Yeah.
Right, like if you want to take a Dungeons and Dragons property, like one of the Forgotten Realms book, take a Hickman Weiss 3-book arc of characters and make movies out of it.
Any of them?
Fuck yes, I am in.
Yeah. How many fucking novels have they written about like random people?
37. I'm assuming that's probably a low guesstimate. 37's low.
For Hickman and
for Hickman Weiss.
No, I meant like in general. Like,
but there are
because how many has Salvatore written? Like
6,327.
He's written 24 by himself. Right? There are hundreds of Dungeons and Dragons themed books using their internal property that you could make movies out of. Again, the IP exists, just as we mentioned. Our wonderful written in email, right? The IP exists. Adapt any of those into limited series, a movie, whatever,
or just adapt the lore.
Yeah, write an original script in the world. Great, I'm totally for that. You don't have to make copies of stuff. In fact, I would love more original content out there. Make an original something within the world, but use the actual real lore.
Yeah.
Give it a title. And don't make this fucking movie because, oh my god, the trailer made me cringe every fucking 2 seconds. It was awful. Absolutely awful.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go watch this in theaters because I don't want to contribute to them thinking it was a good idea.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was, again, great email. It was, hey, remember Thor Ragnarok like 3 years ago and how it was fun? Let's make a D&D movie that is Thor Ragnarok.
I think they were trying to make Guardians.
Okay, let's make a D&D movie that's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
We'll throw a Led Zeppelin track down. We'll literally just they just took bullet points and they made a PowerPoint of like what was good about Marvel movies for 3 years.
Yeah.
And they were like Led Zeppelin, comedy, handsome guy, and then they were just like, now wrap it in D&D. Boom, hit film.
I'm not convinced that. So I'm convinced what you just said is half of what they did.
I mean, it's Hasbro, so.
And then the other half was they just took the script from the 2000 Dungeons and Dragons movie and applied your Marvel formula idea to that same script and was like, here, let's make this. Because it literally looks like almost the exact same fucking movie. It's about a band of thieves who steal the wrong thing. The whole premise that's presented in the trailer is the synopsis for the fucking Marlon Wayne's Dungeons and Dragons movie, and that sentence shouldn't exist.
That is the problem with these movies. Every one of them they make, that is the problem.
Some thieves steal something for someone, and then they're like, "Oh no, we stole something for the wrong person," and it's the same. I mean, the movie could end up being different, but currently, I'm under the impression that they just remade the other shitty Dungeons and Dragons movie, which I will admit, as a child, I watched repeatedly a lot. But I am an adult now, and I expect adult presentation.
The original, the Dungeons and Dragons, it came out on my birthday.
I'm sorry.
And I was like, fuck yes, Dungeons and Dragons movie. And then I never made that mistake again.
Fuck. What is that? What is that movie rated on IMDb?
Oh fuck! It's got to be. It's gonna be PG, and it's gonna be awful.
No. The what is what?
What is the like score rating?
Yeah,
thumbs up or thumbs down? Do
they go out of 10.
Oh.
3.6.
Wow. Out of 5 or 10?
10.
I was on the mark if that's what everyone else thinks too.
Which, like, I haven't watched it in a while.
Not that I agree with the masses generally, but...
Yeah, but I probably agree with that rating.
Oh, God damn it. Fuck you.
Who wants this? That's always the question I have, because, like, right, people, when you spend money to make a movie, especially anything that's like a period piece, there is a serious budget. There has to be. Because you can't just put people in like jeans and a t-shirt, right? Like you have to have costuming and digital stuff and these elaborate sets.
They spent a pretty penny because the costuming, like it looks like decent.
And I recognized the guy in the trailer. Who
Chris Pine.
Yeah, Chris Pine.
Yeah.
So like it's an established actor. I mean, not that he's amazing or in super great movies all the time, but
he's just like a pretty dude that can like say lines.
Yeah.
If he ever listens to that, that might be offensive.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
What the fuck? There's a Book of Vile Darkness.
Oh, dude, they made
TV
a bunch.
Movie?
They made a bunch of movies.
Is it the animated one? There's a really good animated movie that I watched, and I don't remember what it's called, but it was an actual adventure. Like, it felt like an actual adventure. It wasn't as good as, you've heard me talk about Vox Machina.
Yeah, that was decent. Again, that's
did you watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking loved it.
And that's decent. And again, it's people who love the source material took something they had a passion for and made it.
Yeah.
And it just happens to be a D&D type setting. That's awesome. I'm totally for that. But you can't take a property and try to sell it. That's how you get the whatever Battleship fucking movie.
Fuck. Also Hasbro.
Or the Pac-Man movie or whatever the fucking garbage they keep doing.
Pixels?
All that bullshit. They're like, we have a property, we need to make it a movie. Like, that's not how you...
Yeah.
Right?
Pixels was like, hey, how do we put 100 properties into one movie like everyone else is doing?
Yeah.
And then also, let's put Ben Stiller in it.
It's so weird. I don't get it. That, like, CEO picks a thing they want to make a movie about. Like, that doesn't work.
It's the dartboard thing, right?
Yeah, right? It's literally, like I said, you break down what's popular in a PowerPoint and decide how to make... Like, that's not how you make something of quality, of substance.
Yeah.
Right? You need to find someone who wants to write something they're passionate about, and then you give them the support to make something from it.
Yes.
And then you end up with a good product.
Yeah, just like the kings of old used to do.
Yes.
I mean, it just made more
but
we have so many things, like there's so much art and so much music that was just like some dude who had a lot of money was like, hey, I'll just pay you to do this all the time and you come perform at my house when I want you to.
There's some truth to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's harder and takes talent to find that artist and lift them up to do something great than it is to just throw named properties down at people.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway,
Dungeons and Dragons trailer, 1 out of 10.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
but...
would I watch it on a streaming platform I already have? I've been burnt pretty hard by D&D movies, so I don't know if I would. That's bad because I literally own 100 Dungeons and Dragons books. That's not even an exaggeration.
Like rule books
for playing the game. And if anyone is your audience, you'd think that would be me.
Right.
In this room, right?
Yeah.
We have all literally sat down and thrown dice at people and used fucking grid paper and miniatures and everything else that you need. And I buy all that bullshit, and I do not want to see this movie.
So,
I mean,
you sound still hopeful.
Okay, so like, I don't think it looks at all like the last movie. I don't think that like I agree with Billy about some of the points. Obviously, like, you know, it's stupid to call it D&D movie. Just like, I know why they're doing it, because they aren't Marvel, right? But like, that's the difference between the two things. But I think it needs to be presented differently. If you want to be like a D&D story, like at the bottom of the fucking thing,
Yes.
There you go.
then there you go. Because like, if it was just like the name of one of the books, you know, if it was like The Crystal Shard, a D&D story, then, you know, that would be cool. Like, I would be into that. Whatever they're doing as far as the plot goes, I think it'll be fine. Maybe.
I hope.
I know that like some people have gone like into like, well, I can't do that and stuff. Because of, so like the tiefling is a white girl. She's not like black or red like a tiefling's supposed to be. Whatever, fuck off. She's also a druid, and she has to be a certain level to change into what she changes into. And it's a monstrosity, and you can't change into monstrosities with wild shape. But, you know, rule of cool, so fuck you again. You know, there's a bunch of other stuff, but they also like, there's a fucking owlbear in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, there's an owlbear in it.
Yeah.
Like,
but they ruined it by explaining to you that it was an owlbear. In my opinion, it should just be
I'm
a thing
with
that happens.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You don't have to be. It's literally like the thing where you're like the title of the movie, and that you're.
Yeah. They said the thing.
There's an owlbear. They said there's an owlbear.
The black dragon. The black dragon didn't shoot fire. He shot acid. There was like 4 different dragons in the trailer that are different colors and do different things and look different, like have different body styles and shit. Like, I feel like they actually took some time to look at like the creatures and shit. Like, a mimic is a mimic. Like, you know, that kind of stuff.
The mimic thing was cool.
That kind of stuff. Mimic. I was like, okay, somebody is trying. They at least cracked open a fucking monster manual, and they were like, oh, they got like 72 different dragons, guys. That's why it's Dungeons and Dragons. Like, with an S. Not there's a bunch of red ones that all shoot fire. There's like a bunch of red ones, but there's also like every other color of the rainbow, and a bunch of metal ones and gem ones, and like one that's like made out of chaos and shit. There's one with 5 heads. We should use that in the movie, you know? So like, somebody cracked open a fucking player. Maybe they cracked open a player's handbook. They definitely cracked open a fucking monster manual.
Yeah.
They don't know how a gelatinous cube works, but it's in there. It
is in there.
They might know, you know, getting run over by whatever. I don't remember what's coming at them in the trailer. Maybe jumping into the gelatinous cube and then like hoping your friend can get you out quickly before you get destroyed by it being an acid
acidic
cube.
Yeah.
Oozes and gels are not your friends in D&D. Stay the fuck away from them.
Do not apply directly to the skin.
No, they're not salves grown magically in the dungeon.
I hear you. I feel you. I will go with you on the 3rd weekend to watch it.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
Next movie. We're getting into the Comic-Con stuff. What? Oh, I thought you had your hand up. You're fucking with your thing. I'm sorry.
Shane's hype now.
I am hype. I was waiting to get my word in edgewise. You guys were like shitting on it so hard, and I was just like, man, I get what you're saying, and I mostly agree, but like, there is like some redeeming quality at least over the 2000 fucking D&D movie.
And it's the first time in 22 years that they've tried to like actually spend money on like a D&D movie. So.
In theaters.
Okay, I'm like, there are some other ones
in theaters. I just looked at them. They look like shit.
Yeah. But they were like made for TV and stuff.
Yeah.
I had a very visceral reaction to the trailer where like,
I noticed.
I got sick to my stomach and was like, not again.
Yeah, no, you were mad. You were like big mad. It's fine. I get it. So we're getting into the Comic-Con stuff. DC, Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
No. We're not getting any more Snyderverse movies.
Yeah, I know.
We explicitly heard that earlier.
Shazam! We're going back in time because we've got fucking Aquaman and Batfleck and fucking like Ezra Flash. Maybe they didn't show Ezra's face in the trailer, which that kind of made me laugh a little bit.
Yeah, that movie hasn't even come out yet, right?
Yeah, no.
And they're not promoting a comic movie that's done and about to come out.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
I don't think it's gonna come out
at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to.
That's a lot of money to not come out.
Ooh. I know.
Nah, they'll slow play it.
They might.
It'll be like the Chris Hemsworth remake of that Russian invasion movie,
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn, where like he's a big star 6 years later, and they're just like, whoop.
Yeah.
And it just comes out, and people are like, "What? Why is he 6 years younger in this movie?"
What the
just came out.
They just they sat
That's
on it because it was that bad. Wolverines.
Stop casting Josh Peck and stuff.
God, I want a PBS one. So yeah, Shazam, Fury of the Gods. I still haven't watched the first one. I'm sorry. Like, I know I've been like the guy that's like, hey, the DC movies aren't that bad, and I haven't even watched one. And the sequel's about to come out.
Yeah, we should watch it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
I'll watch it with you.
Yeah, but I've been defending the movies. Like,
no, I don't. They're trash.
I mean, yeah.
I like Joker.
Yeah, that's not part of the universe.
Yeah, exactly. And again, not even necessarily as it was just a movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie
that was interesting.
Yeah. I thought it was good. This looks interesting. I don't know. It almost seemed like Levi was just like kind of going through the motions, delivering some of these lines in the trailer, which seems like a bad sign.
Yeah.
But
I was pretty much gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
So in like the first one in the movie, he like you can tell like he had a lot of fun making the movie.
Sure.
And like I don't know the trailer, he does seem weird, but also kind of looks like he's had plastic surgery done. So like,
you probably shouldn't have Botox like right in the middle of making a movie because you gotta like make emotions with your face.
So I did think that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really like his performance in the first one because he plays like the boyish adult man like so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like he does really good with that. And obviously that's like one of the core aspects of Shazam.
Yeah, playing Billy.
Yeah. And the kid, him going back and forth between, so Zach and the kid like both do a really good job in the first one. So I was actually super excited for this movie. I still kind of am. The trailer does... I don't know but the trailer for Shazam 1 was also like
weird.
Not good.
Yeah.
So like I'm hoping it's just like a byproduct of them not knowing how to like splice pieces out of the movie.
How to market it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had no excitement, but no real ill will either. I mean,
it is what it is.
Yeah, it'll probably be fine, but it doesn't excite me in any way. Like I said, still haven't seen the first one. Not because I'm avoiding watching it, just because it just has never popped up when I was bored, and I just never got around to it.
I mean, I guarantee it's on HBO Max.
Again, well, they're not Netflix, so they don't know how to recommend things.
Yeah, I know.
So I open HBO Max. It's not on the front page. It doesn't get watched.
Yeah, you basically have to go to like the DC thing, but the DC thing is so fucking overwhelming because there's like a million animated movies.
Yeah,
and a lot of them are really good. Like.
That's true. That is one place DC has nailed it. They make a lot of really good animated, especially around Batman.
But
stuff.
They make so many. Like I've tried to look stuff up on there, just been like Batman or Superman or whatever, and it's like, where's the fucking DCEU movie? Like it's just like pages of fucking animated stuff.
Yeah, I didn't realize until you just said that. But yeah, what they make direct comic adaptations. They're basically motion comics.
Some of them are pretty close. Yeah.
Why can't we get a live action film like that?
I don't know.
It's fucking weird.
Because Watchmen didn't do as good as it should have.
Oh, I fucking love Watchmen.
Yeah. I mean, that other than the ending, that was almost a, shot for shot.
Yeah, it was real close.
I was like one of the 7 people that bought the 6-hour all edited together exactly like the comic where it has Tales of the Black Freighter and the
and
flashbacks to the history. Like I bought that and watched it multiple times and was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's right there. One of the books right there.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack was great. Anyway, sorry. Now we're talking about Watchmen.
But I don't know. This looks like it could be interesting. Fucking Helen Mirren and what's her fucking name? God damn it.
Was it Lucy Liu?
Was it Lucy Liu?
Yeah, I think it was Lucy Liu in the trailer.
As the villains?
Yeah.
Or the emissaries of the villain? I don't know. It seemed like there was somebody else, maybe.
Yeah, there were 3. They were all old gods or something. And so I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is Adam Brody in this? Helen Mirren,
is
Lucy Liu.
Lucy Liu. She plays Calypso.
Oh, yeah, and Helen Mirren is Hespera. Okay. Jack is Freddie Freeman. Yeah. I don't know. It looks like it could be okay.
It's probably fine. I'm more interested in what they do with I know they haven't done any sort of cross titles of any value. At what point do they remember that Superman is weak to magic now that they have magic?
Yeah.
In the DCU? Right?
Yeah. I want to see it. I want to see Henry Cavill as Superman and The Rock as Black Adam and Zach as
and Superman
Shazam
gets his fucking ass kicked and Shazam has to come save him.
Yeah. I want that so fucking bad.
But we're not going to get it because Henry Cavill's not going to be.
Because the Snyderverse is dead.
Yeah.
But we're still getting Shazam
fucking
Black Adam.
Jim Lee, goddamn it.
I need him to make more Witcher.
I just want him to make everything. Want it.
Hey, okay, here we go. D&D Henry Cavill. I would watch that probably.
And Joe.
And Joe Manganiello.
Yeah.
Anyone who actually loves to play D&D, let them decide who gets to write it and make the movie.
Yeah.
And it'll be fucking awesome.
Oh,
because Henry Cavill will show up at your house dressed like Geralt to try to get a role in The Witcher. Because he's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So after we're done recording, we got to fan cast our perfect D&D squad for a D&D movie.
Of actors who actually played D&D because they're fucking actors.
And we'll assign classes and stuff to them.
They were fucking theater nerds. They want to do stuff they like.
Yeah.
Okay, so after Shazam,
Shazam.
go to the Marvel stuff now.
Oh, right. Marvel for
the rest of the
Marvel.
episode.
There's a new trailer for a She-Hulk Attorney at Law. It comes out August 17th on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I unlocked a new kink.
7 foot tall green chicks.
I mean,
you didn't watch that China porn?
And the pages were always there, bud.
Yeah.
She's been in the pages for a long time.
Yeah. I think a lot of nerdy dudes have this kink already. But that's not.
Tatiana Masley playing She-Hulk helped.
I mean, yeah, she's attractive, but I think this show looks very good. I'm super into bringing fuck
Mark Ruffalo, the MCU into TV series.
Like an actual TV series.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what you're going for. I'm just trying to help.
Who's the fucking guy that plays Emil? Jesus Christ.
Oh God, no. What?
I keep wanting to say Harvey, but he's not Harvey. He's the other guy.
Fucking oh my God.
I don't know people's names. I'm no help.
Tim Roth.
Thank you.
I was gonna be mad if I didn't get it.
That guy from Quentin Tarantino movies?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I thought that in my head, and then I was like, Harvey
If you
Keitel.
would have said that, we would have all known what you were talking about.
No, because I was like, Harvey Keitel. Keitel. Well, however you say his last name. The whole time.
Keitel.
Which one is it? That's not even the guy I'm trying to think of. But yeah, so like, I love Tim Roth as
Yes.
Emil Blonsky.
Yes.
Perfect. You know, Tatiana Maslany, Mark Ruffalo, Jamil as Tatiana. I'm thinking of Tatiana now. As Titania.
Yeah.
We get some weird version of the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
They're the guys that she's like beating up outside the apartment
Okay.
with
Yeah.
like the magic weapons.
Okay. I didn't catch all that in the trailer. I didn't watch it 7 times. or
I've
whatever.
only watched it like twice.
Okay.
But
I'm on
You know-
4 if you include this morning.
I'm giving Russell a weird look. Like the training stuff with Bruce is great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm super looking forward to this. Obviously, at the end of the trailer, we get like a little
Yeah.
It's Daredevil.
Yeah, that's actually the kink I was talking about.
Oh,
Just whenever Daredevil
Well,
shows up.
we saw the suit from the Netflix, but we didn't see the person. But I'm assuming they're gonna. I mean, who else would you give the role to?
Yeah, it's Charlie.
It's Charlie Cox.
Yeah, he's
but it's a different suit because it looks kind of similar, but it's the red and yellow suit.
Yes, it is.
So like the body is red, but the head and arms are yellow.
Okay, but
This
it
is
was
like
the
a really-
same like build as the last suit.
Yeah, it
Yes.
looks kind of similar. Yeah. There's like a slow-mo clip that somebody took and just like, look, it's yellow
Gotcha.
on Reddit. But there, I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff in this trailer. She breaks the fourth wall a couple times.
Yes.
Which, if you aren't a big Marvel like comic person, you might be like, she's a fucking Hulk. Why is she breaking the fucking fourth
Why
wall?
is she Deadpool?
She did it before Deadpool. Shut the fuck up.
It's a little different style. Her style is more like she's narrating
Yes.
a story. She's
Yeah.
telling you about something that happened, basically.
Yeah, but she still breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
It's not like a lot of the stuff that they do with Deadpool where he's like calling what's his fuck Thanos
Yeah. Yeah.
and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Deadpool is like, I know I'm in a comic book.
Yeah.
And hers is like, I know someone's watching me.
Yes. Yeah. He's a self-referential within the universe, and like I said, hers is more like she's telling a story,
Yeah.
hinting at narration, sort of thing.
Yeah. I just broke my microphone, but it's okay.
Yeah. So as I said, I don't generally watch trailers. It's enough for me to know TV show She-Hulk. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
And part of the reasons I don't watch trailers is because they often give a false sense of what the show will actually be about.
Yes.
So seeing this trailer makes me fearful, actually, instead of excited, because there was a lot of training montage and a lot of action. And that's not what I want in the She-Hulk series. I want lawyer,
Yeah.
right? I want them to lean into superheroes can just be involved in stories that are good as stories, right? That's
Yeah.
the best comic books are very generally not so much about being a superhero. They're
Yeah.
about living life. There happen to be superheroes involved,
Yes.
right? And so that's what I want to see is I want to see Law and Order She-Hulk.
Yeah. And I think that's like, see, I feel like that's sort of what we're going to get.
Yeah.
Like, especially with Daredevil showing up.
I feel like a lot of the action stuff is probably from the first couple episodes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I assume that as well. They chopped up a bunch of her and Bruce on an island throughout the trailer, but I assume that's like half of the first episode. And then they're done.
Yeah. Unless they want to fuck with Russell and it's in the past they just
every
like
time-
I
flashback.
swear to fucking
Every
Christ.
time a fight,
Flash back to the island.
every time a fight is about to start, they do a flashback to the island and you see her learn the move that she's about to do, and then they cut back to the fight and just ruin the action.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're killing me.
See? This is what I'm afraid of. That's why I don't like trailers, because I have seen the trailer and that's what happened in the trailer.
That's like ultimate worst case scenario for this show.
This is what happens when I watch the trailer. If I don't watch a trailer, I just go, series She-Hulk, and it can be whatever I want it to be.
To add to how bad that is, right before they cut back to the island, she turns to look at the camera and breaks the fourth wall every time and is like, you want to see how I learned this?
Yeah.
I swear to fucking God, Disney.
Don't do it.
Don't fucking do it.
But no, otherwise, no. She-Hulk, it comes out like soon, right?
Yeah, like August 17th, so like 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
4 weeks.
I'll watch it in 9 weeks when all the episodes are out on a Saturday.
I think it's more than 6, right?
Is it? I just went away from it. Because they might be getting away from this.
It's 9. Yeah.
It's 9 episodes.
Yes.
Okay.
9 episodes.
And we're only getting 1 the first week, too.
And I'm totally okay with random length of series. Again, however many episodes it takes to make your story properly.
Yeah.
It's all that matters.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
I'll watch 5 episodes. I'll watch 35
Yeah,
episodes.
because that's
whatever you need.
Something that we've kind of bitched about is all of the Marvel shows being 6, and it's like a couple of them it seemed like they had to stretch it, and a couple of them it was like there's not enough here, you know.
Make a story, then cut it into episodes. That's all that's what I want.
What?
I was making a weird face because I just realized we're almost at 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the next one? Sorry, I'm a terrible host.
The next one.
Go faster.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Wakanda Forever.
Forever.
Mbappe.
So,
looks artistic as fuck.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I mean, this is an interesting cut for a trailer, for one thing, because it just basically starts with like, hey, everybody's mourning.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna, from what I gathered, it's gonna be like, you know, T'Challa got sick, T'Challa died. Everybody's dealing with the outcome.
Yeah.
Which, not necessarily what I want. I don't want, like, movies shouldn't be determined by an actor leaving the role.
Yeah.
But he was awesome, and it'd be really fucking hard to recast.
Yes.
And he died. He didn't, like, have a spat about money or whatever.
Yeah. It's not like just like, hey, he's not Black Panther anymore. He fucking died. So like that, I understand what you're saying, but I also like think they're kind of going the right way with it.
Yeah. No, I support it in this instance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some really interesting stuff. There's going to be several new characters brought in. Not just villains either. One might act as a villain, but I think that's going to change. Because we've got Tenoch Huerta. I'm sorry, dude. Playing Namor.
Okay, so it was Namor. I saw a dude that 100%. Looked like Namor from behind.
Yeah, 100% it's Namor. I think they're like making the Atlanteans Mesoamerican.
Yeah.
So
why I ever thought they would cast a white guy as Namor, I will say it again. I don't know. I'm stupid.
I don't know.
Because I kept fan casting white dudes.
Yeah. Well,
like, I mean, they cast this guy, and I was like,
kind of Romulan looking.
Romulan.
Yeah, he's got like the fucking pointed eyebrows and but so Namor's in it. Yeah. Dominique Thorne is playing Riri Williams, so Ironheart's in it.
And we see a little heart cut out of iron.
We see that trailer. In the trailer. Yep.
Yeah, this was like the hype trailer.
Yes.
I was like, look what all's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Namora as well. Somebody's playing Namora. Mabel Cadena. I know the Comic-Con posters had a Tuma. So there's going to be a fight for the throne of Atlantis in it, or the start of one. And
I'm assuming they have to address the throne in Wakanda as well.
Yeah. So Letitia Wright is Shuri.
Oh God.
I'm assuming
does Namor show up because T'Challa died? Like, is he gonna dude, okay, they're gonna make everyone hate Namor, and it's gonna be awesome.
I hope
he's gonna show up and talk a bunch of shit about him.
He's kind of a dickhole in the comics.
For sure.
Definitely a dickhole.
Yeah, he is definitely a dickhole. Oh man.
Yeah, this again. I'm kind of a dissenter in that I don't think Black Panther was amazing. I would say
no. I mean, we all thought that.
Bottom half of MCU. Well, it's really popular in general. I know you guys didn't really care for it that much, but so I'm not like excited about a Black Panther sequel. But this looks like it's going to be the movie that actually spins off the next phase of Marvel films.
Yeah, because this is. This is the last. This is the last Phase 4 movie. Yeah. So I mean, we can go into that if you want to go from the trailer park to that part of the Comic-Con stuff.
Yeah. Is that the last trailer?
This is the last trailer. Yeah.
So yeah, again, this was a much more sort of teasing trailer of like, look at all the stuff that's going to come from this movie.
Yeah, kind of.
Which was interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't? Yeah, Quantumania is the first movie of Phase 5. So, yeah. Yeah, this is the last movie of Phase 4.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then we get Kang in Quantumania.
Yeah.
Kang comes back.
Oh. Okay, I should also preface, I don't watch trailers. I also don't read crap on the internet about stuff that's coming.
Yeah.
So literally I'm like, there's a title of a movie and it comes out in this year. And I'm like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
Well, we're about to...
I don't...
We're in all of that.
If I hear anything about like a casting or whatever, it's listening to this.
Yeah. Well, you're going to hear a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah.
So now we're going to talk about Comic-Con.
Yeah.
We gotta finish this fucking episode.
Comic-Con.
So they released Phase 5, pretty much how it's gonna happen. Yep. Which was, most of it was already announced, some of it's new. And they announced some of Phase 6. They have a bunch of dates that are not filled in. And I don't think this is everything for Phase 5. Well, this is the stuff that's probably canon stuff. All the animated stuff is going to be separate.
Yeah.
Which I don't even think we're going to talk about the animated stuff a lot. Do you want to?
Right now?
Yeah. I mean, there's
we can wait on that.
There's some cool shit coming out.
We're already
animated stuff. Yeah. So you got Quantumania coming out February 2023. So that actually has like a hard date. So does Guardians of the Galaxy in May 6th, I believe.
Yep.
Spring of 2023 is Secret Invasion. Later in the summer is Echo.
No one knows who that is.
What?
I said no one knows who.
I mean, if they watched,
that's actually true. So Echo, if you watched Hawkeye,
if you watched Hawkeye, if you watch Hawkeye, you know who Echo is. If you didn't, Echo is a deaf character who is also like a martial artist and has powers.
Yeah.
But doesn't have powers yet or at all in the Hawkeye show. Oh. She's just like a martial artist, but she's also like missing a leg, or the lower half of the leg, which is new to the character.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. It's cool.
Yeah.
Played by a first-time actress, which also was interesting.
Yeah.
And she did a really good job.
Yeah, she did.
So she's getting her own fucking show, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So that's going to be in the summer. Also in the summer, you're going to get the Marvels.
Which Echo will be the next... So after She-Hulk, Echo will be the next time we see Daredevil and Kingpin.
Yeah. Yes.
Not in Secret Invasion.
We don't know.
They specifically know. We specifically know that they're going to be in Echo. We don't know, other than Maria Hill and Nick Fury and Skrulls. We don't know who the fuck's going to be in Secret Invasion.
Everyone.
I imagine it should be fucking everyone.
Should be in Secret Invasion.
Yes.
It should be a whole phase event. is what it should be.
Yeah,
but they're not.
They're not doing it
I don't
right.
know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah,
with this.
I'm very wary of Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
Especially where it is. It needs to be way back here.
Yeah.
But after the Echo show, we got Loki season 2 as well in summer,
Fuck yeah.
and the Marvels movie.
I'm excited for that now.
I'm interested. Definitely more interested than I
really
was.
liked Miss Marvel.
Yeah, Miss Marvel was good. Billy, you need to watch it.
Yeah, I'm behind.
Just skip Moon Knight. Just
Moon
skip
Knight
it.
sucked all the energy out of my
Just
Disney
skip it.
Plus watching.
Then in November, fall. They've got this all fucking weird looking.
It's weird.
Fall of 2023 is Ironheart on Disney Plus, which Ironheart is going to be introduced in Black Panther.
Oh, Ironheart is a show?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And then November is going to be the Blade movie.
Fuck yeah.
Interested in
Comes out a whole
watching
month
that.
late, and that pisses me off.
Yeah. Well, it comes out like 4 days.
Yeah, 4 days after.
4 days after
Halloween.
Halloween.
Probably the next
I guess
weekend
that's
after
not
Halloween.
as bad.
So then that winter is Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
Fuck yeah. Give me more Catherine Hahn.
Yes. And then in the spring, we're getting a new Daredevil show. Daredevil Born Again.
Uh-huh. How many episodes, Shane?
18.
Fuck yes.
18 episodes.
Interesting.
So that's what I was talking about, like, previously on Disney Plus. Everything has been 6 episodes. And now all of a sudden they're like, She-Hulk's going to be 9, Daredevil's going to be 18.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm assuming that's because like the writers were like, dude, have I got a story for you? And
Well,
they like
there's
laid it out and they were like,
Born
got it.
Again,
Dude, if Born
Russell,
Again-
episodes.
is an actual storyline.
If Born Again is like anywhere near the comic, like just anywhere near it, just like fucking adjacent, like please, for the love of God. We've already gotten like Netflix like used a few things from it,
Yeah.
but like they could still like bring that back around and like write it to where it still makes sense and it's still like really fucking good. Like I am just going to
And it could be. I remember seeing when Netflix was in like season 2 or 3 of their Daredevil shows, Charlie Cox did an interview and he basically said like when he first got cast, people were like, you know, are you a fan of comics? And he was like, no, not really. I haven't read them. And then when he started playing the role, some people advised him of like, here's things you should read, and they handed him a couple of runs, and he said that opened his eyes to some of the quality that is within that IP.
Yeah.
So he could have had some say in like, if we're gonna do this again, and I'm gonna come back, let's do something good.
Yeah.
So there's,
Dude,
there's
fucking
potential
hope.
there.
There has to be some reason it's that many episodes, like
Yeah.
because it's not like, hey, let's do 11 or 12. Like I know we've done like 6 to 9. Let's do 12.
Which would make sense.
Yeah, would have made sense.
Doing 3 times as many?
18.
Yeah.
We'll see. The other thing they might do, if they've announced 18 but they don't have dates on them, they might do like 6 episodes and 6 episodes and 6 episodes and like stretch it out or
Shut
some
the fuck
crap
up,
like
Billy.
that. Or 9 and 9 or whatever. I know how these places work.
Why are you such
They're-
a
They're
black
not
cloud
gonna
today?
right. They're gonna Breaking Bad the final season. Breaking Bad ruined it for everybody. They were like, it's the final season, and then it came out for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
The final season,
Yeah.
right? And now like
No, I
every
mean-
fucking show does that. Stranger
Yeah.
Things did it, and like I mean they were
Stranger Things was real close though. Like
Yeah.
I found that
It's only like 2
acceptable.
months.
A
It's
a
weird.
month.
A month.
Yeah.
1 month.
It was
But
like 3.5
a
weeks.
lot of other shows they did. It's not. We're not the end. It's the final season, part 1.
Yeah.
And then, like in a year
Part
from now,
6.
part 2. Like we already wrote it. Ozark did it too.
Yes.
Ozark's
Yeah.
like it's the final season, all at once on Netflix. Part 1. Part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they don't do that, but we'll see.
After Daredevil, in May, we get Captain America New World Order.
Yeah, I thought we were done with
Yeah,
Captain
fucking
America.
what? So is it gonna be like Is it going to be Empire, but it's Falcon?
So, New World Order is interesting because I'm pretty sure that's a like old storyline that has to do with the president getting replaced.
Manchurian Candidate style, maybe.
But I'm not 100% on that. I'd have to go back. And because like they did the Flag Smashers kind of, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. I said kind of. They named it that, but it wasn't really that. So I don't know. That's it could be like another. I'm hoping it's another Winter Soldier thing. Like it's not a Winter Soldier thing, but it's a Winter Soldier's like movie where it's very spy thrillery with those characters in it.
Yeah.
But not Chris Evans, right? He's done.
No, it's going to be Sam Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be Sam.
Because Chris Evans is going to have to get in the gym because he was in Gray Man and he's in
good shape, but he's not big.
He's not
Captain America. No. Well, if he just wears the suit all the time like Homelander, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, some people can't do the 6,000 calories a day and hit the gym 3 times. Like I don't know how he maintained that physique for that amount of time.
Dude,
Chris or Anthony?
Chris.
Oh, okay.
Because that it's painful to be that muscular. Like it takes serious work to do that.
Yeah. So after that, we're getting Thunderbolts, which I'm assuming is what Dreyfuss is putting together.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. And then we've got some blank space there in the fall of 2024. We're into phase 6 now. Then November of 2024, which has a date, November 8th of 2024, we have Fantastic Four.
Which we know nothing about.
Yeah.
Maybe
correct.
we know who.
Maybe we know who Reed is. Yeah. We don't know. And then we have a bunch of space from fall, winter, spring of 2025. There's 5 open slots. And then May 2nd of 2025, we have another Avengers movie. Which the last Avengers movie was Endgame in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be 6 years in between Avengers movies.
Yeah. They got to start building an Avengers team pretty soon.
Yeah. So Avengers, the Kang Dynasty.
Interesting title.
Time travel, probably.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got 2 slots in summer of 2025 in between Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and another Avengers movie, Avengers Secret Wars.
Oh,
yeah.
Secret Wars.
What?
I mean, who doesn't want Beyonder setting us on a trial planet to test our superheroes?
Well, so if they do the original Secret Wars, that would be hilarious because I know everyone and their brother is expecting 2015 Secret Wars, right?
No, I want original Secret Wars.
I'm okay with that.
Beyonder
I love all 3 of them.
Needs to be dressed like a disco guy.
Yes.
Yes, I'm in.
Yes.
This is basically like,
It's like
hey,
I'm cape.
I'm like half Elvis and half Saturday Night Fever John Travolta.
Yes.
I take this form so as not to warp your pathetic human mind. And
Yeah.
like,
It's warped, bro.
have you been here since the 70s? What the fuck?
No. So we only have 6 months between these 2 movies. Where even with Infinity War and Endgame, we had a year, right?
Yeah.
So I'm interested if we stay on this schedule, because like the last time we released one of these schedules like this, it was off by about a year and a half. So
yeah. COVID.
Well, and it was very clear in Infinity War. We knew Infinity War 1, Infinity War 2.
Right.
Where this is Kang and Secret Wars, which are 2 totally different stories.
Yeah.
Maybe. So I'm gonna throw this theory out there that somebody posted on Reddit, which actually makes a lot of sense to me. So over the next 2 phases, there's rumors that Doctor Doom is going to just show up in a bunch of movies, not necessarily as a villain, because like he is like not always acting as a villain in the comics, right? He rules the country, and he's like, hey, stay the fuck away from me. A lot of the time, he's just like, stay away. If I need to do something, I'm gonna do it. He just like shows up and is like, hey, I'm gonna kill this thing because you're all pathetic, and I'm the only one that can do it. Yeah. Right?
Doom is an actual interesting villain, because he's not really a villain. He's more like a Machiavellian.
Yes.
Who's a nationalist. So
he's a villain. He's a villain. He's a bad guy, but he's like a really interesting bad guy, where you don't have to be like, oh, he has a tragic backstory to be a bad to make him interesting. He's just interesting.
They make up sympathetic bullshit stories to make villains interesting because they're not as cool as Doctor Doom.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, man. Like nobody gives a shit that Doctor Doom's face is fucked up. Like that's the least interesting thing about Doctor Doom. Doom is way more than that.
Doom's a fucking baller.
Anyway. Yeah. So like the rumor is that Doctor Doom's gonna show up in a bunch of movies, just like showing up and doing stuff. Like helping out, or just showing up and observing or whatever, right? Possibly collecting some kind of MacGuffin, whatever. So then this is going to happen through phase 4 and the end of phase 4 through phase 5 and 6. Then in the Kang Dynasty, the Avengers are supposed, like, this is a huge theory. This is where the rumor ends and the theory begins. The Avengers will be like getting their ass kicked by either a super powerful Kang or a group of Kangs. And basically it'll be like the Beyonders for Secret Wars 2015. They will be harnessing some kind of cosmic power, and Doom will show up and absorb it and destroy the multiverse and create a universe in his own image, which will start Avengers Secret Wars. So,
and they could get there. They've gotten up right. Secret Invasion could set up right some of that interplanetary destruction that happens in Secret Invasion. So we could get some preface to that.
Yeah, I mean that could be why, like, you know, part of, because we already started the convergent stuff in Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah.
So they've talked about the convergence since like phase 2.
Yeah.
In one way or another. They squandered it sort of in Dark World, but we don't talk about that movie anymore. Yeah. So they've kind of been setting up Secret Wars the whole time. And like that could have something to do with like why the Skrulls are doing what the Skrulls are doing. And, you know, like, we've got all these open slots. We could bring in some more of the characters that we need. X-Men for
Ghost Rider.
For the Secret Wars. You know, we've already talked about like some of the animated stuff has brought in some of the other things that are in Secret Wars that, you know, don't fit into the movies as far as like zombies and stuff like that. We'll have the Fantastic Four, which are extremely important for Secret Wars 2015. Because Johnny is the sun, the Thing is the wall that holds back the Horde. You know, Doom takes Sue as his bride. Takes. Yeah, no, he takes everything. He takes whatever. He rips out Thanos' spine, okay? Like, he like vaporizes Thanos and just like holding his skull in his spine. He's like, all right, y'all need to fucking leave me alone. But it's a great story. If that's what they're doing, I hope they don't fuck it up, which starting from Kang's seems like they might fuck it up. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Right?
Again, I do not hold out hope that we will get already created IP converted to movies. They might steal a few ideas, but I don't hold out too much.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff that I'm talking about isn't going to happen in that.
Yeah.
Right? But we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, that's what they've got lined up right now. There's a bunch of animated stuff we'll talk about at another time. I didn't really, like, everybody was screaming about the Marvel stuff. I didn't see a lot of news about the DC stuff.
Yeah,
they weren't really promoting. It sounded like.
I mean, they had a big thing. Like, The Rock was in costume, like, on a big thing that raised up out of the stage, and there was mist or like fog machines and shit.
I haven't seen that at all, but I have seen a ton of Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they just had nothing to support it. You can't stack up one movie against the juggernaut that Marvel is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they should have stuck with what they had with the Snyderverse and just like changed it. You can't have the same guy do everything. So just like get more directors and make more movies within that universe.
They should have promoted Snyder to like head of operations.
Yeah, just made him Feige.
DC movies.
Yeah, but whatever. They fucked it up, and they're going to continue to fuck it up. So, and their actors are going to fuck it up for him, Ezra.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Yeah, they are not on a good track.
They are not. They're not on the cosmic treadmill. They fell the fuck off. But yeah, what else do we have for Comic-Con?
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do we have left? You guys, do we have time for a game or?
Are we cutting it?
I'm a terrible host if you want to cut the game. But it should be fairly quick. I tried to one-up Dave and I actually made it instead of like stealing it off the internet. So.
Oh, now I have to do it.
Yeah, we have to do it now, right?
Okay, so in celebration of the news at Comic-Con, Secret Invasion was a story that I really liked. It's one of the last things that I'm a terrible comic book fan because I don't actually read comic books anymore.
Sure.
So it was one of the last things I read that I really enjoyed doing actual Marvel comics. So I set up a quiz based on some events that happened in Secret Invasion.
Oh, shit. It's been a long time since I read Secret Invasion.
So just to give everybody a little bit of background, Secret Invasion, right? Crossover series where they bring all the books together. So again, that's why we said everyone should be in Secret Invasion.
Yes.
Probably won't happen, but in the comic books, yep, big crossover event. Skrulls are shape changers. They infiltrate Earth.
Yep.
They start to get in position of power. They like replace heroes, replace political leaders, replace celebrities even.
Yeah.
And then obviously shit happens and everything sort of breaks apart. It's actually one of those big changing events where people get replaced. Whole segments of known Marvel history get changed.
Right, because it was a Skrull the whole time.
Because yes, right. So like establishments are changed, corporations are changed within the universe as well. So it was kind of a big deal. And
had lasting effects.
It had lasting effects throughout the multiverse and the universe in general. So okay, so I got 10 question quiz here. We'll see if you guys can do this. Little fun sort of trivia things from Secret Invasion. So, Secret Invasion, remember 2008, included 2 online exclusive prologue events. What social media platform was used for those events? Russell.
MySpace?
Correct. MySpace. Yeah, 2000. That was actually in 2007 because they did. Even back then, they planned stuff out ahead of time. They had pre-release stories that came out in 2007 before the crossover event.
Yeah.
And actually mixed media, too. So Marvel tried to get into that. It just wasn't real popular at the time. But then they tried to get into some mixed media. It was actually like a video blog of someone telling like prologue stories of events that were happening around Secret Invasion.
That's fucking cool.
Huh.
And one digital comic as well. Okay. So we saw the Illuminati, right, for the first time in an alternate universe during Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
That Illuminati had a few different members than Secret Invasion did. Name an Illuminati member from Secret Invasion that did not appear
Oh, from Secret Invasion that did not appear in that?
Yes.
Oh, Iron Man.
Correct. Iron Man. The other one was the person who's about to be introduced, Namor.
Yeah.
All right. So that's 1-1, right?
Yep.
How do I keep track of score? How does Dave do this?
He just forgets.
Okay. You guys tell me who wins later. All right.
I have one.
Okay. Name the first person revealed as a Skrull during the invasion. Shane.
Elektra.
Correct.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Elektra was
Dang it.
leader
I
of
knew
the
that.
Hand Ninjas at the
Yes.
time.
Fuck.
She's revealed to be a Skrull because she's killed while fighting the new Avengers.
Yep.
And they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they take her body to probably Fury, I think.
Yeah, Wolverine takes her body to Nick Fury and he's like, I couldn't even smell her. We need to figure out what the fuck's going on.
'Cause, yeah, that's one of the things that's really tricky in the Secret Invasion book is there's literally no way to tell. They're so good at shape changing, you cannot tell that they're not the person they've taken place of. Because they like absorb their memories and stuff too. It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Question 4. A Skrull ship landed in the Savage Land. While it was being investigated, who fucked up and set off the tracking beacon? Anybody? Do I have to give you a hint?
Yeah?
He had a Netflix series as well.
Oh, a Netflix series?
Yep.
Bzz.
Russell?
Is that Luke Cage?
It was Luke Cage. He fucked up. They were all like, doing detective-y shit in the ship, and he's just like, "Doo, doo, doo, doo," and just ran into the beacon and it turned on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Question 5. Name 2 heroes who get their powers used by Super Skrull.
Bzz.
Oh.
Human Torch and Mr. Fantastic.
Correct. Basically, like all the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
There's like, he uses like a dozen powers, but
Mostly them.
that was kind of a gimme. Okay. Nope. Go away, keyboard. I'm not editing. Question 6. During the Secret Invasion, there were actually some Skrull allies. One of them, Doric the Eighth, is a half Kree with ties to thrones of both Skrull and Kree empires. What is his hero name?
I've raised my hand. Hulkling.
I know.
Shane, correct. Hulkling.
He's married to Wiccan now.
Oh, sweet. What? But sorry, I don't know what they're going for there, but
What?
isn't he like genderless?
He presents as a male.
Oh, okay. All right. Question 7. Several new teams were formed during Secret Invasion. Name one of Nick Fury's new commandos. Two of the 3 of them are in the current MCU.
Bzz.
Russell.
I know this one's not in the MCU, but Spider-Woman? No.
She's not in New Commandos. She is important to Secret Invasion.
Yeah, what?
She's one of them.
Spider-Woman is the queen.
Yeah.
Queen Varanki or whatever
She's
her name is.
She's like the political insider that stirs up the shit the whole time.
Yeah.
Varanki? Something like
Yeah,
that.
something like
I don't remember.
that.
Any guess, Shane?
Maria Hill.
No. The New Commandos were Thor, Daredevil, and Khazar.
Oh, Khazar.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Several pop culture icons were replaced
Secret
with
Avengers.
Skrulls during Secret Invasion.
Mhm.
Name the South Park character that was replaced.
South Park
What?
character?
Yes, a South Park character was replaced by a Skrull in that series run.
Like a character on the show, not a person that.
Yes. I don't get it either, but it happened. Yep.
Cartman.
Yes, it was Eric Cartman.
There's aliens in his butt.
All right. Question 9. We got two questions left. Who pulled the trigger for the Marvel shot heard round the world? Killing
Russell.
the Skrull Queen Varenki.
Norman Osborn.
Correct. It was Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hitting the thing, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm not making the noise.
All right. So one question left. So what's the score with one question left?
It's 4-4.
4-4. Get a tie game going into the last question.
Yep.
Drama.
Okay. In the aftermath of Invasion, S.H.I.E.L.D. is replaced by a new organization. Shane was the first.
Hammer.
Yes.
I was wondering, I almost said he's like, yeah, and then he leads the organization that replaces S.H.I.E.L.D. called Hammer, and then I was like, that might be the last question, actually. Hold on.
So yes, S.H.I.E.L.D. gets replaced by Hammer.
Yeah.
Norman Osborn becomes the new Fury.
Yeah.
Which, if you know anything about Osborn, not a good idea.
No, not a good idea.
But
he also becomes president, doesn't he? Isn't that when he becomes president?
I think they
Dark
replace the president with someone he controls.
Yes.
Is what he's not actually. He's acting as president and shadow president, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the president keeps calling him. He's like, "Are you sure about this Sentry guy?" And he's like, "I have it under control. Shut the fuck up."
Okay.
That was a good quiz.
I like that.
I liked that too.
Thanks.
Even though Shane won. Fuck Shane.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up the show. This was the way too long DQP Weekly.
Yeah.
Hosted by your boy.
Yep, boy.
Bill from Indy. We also got Shane. The Shane dog.
Yeah. That was terrible. There you go.
Hype man Shane.
I've been hyped this whole time.
And the third thing, Shane.
Beep, boop, boop.
Oh, yeah, the soundboard. That's right.
Nasty. I did both.
I know they come in threes. And Russell. Russellmania.
Oh, yeah.
Or that.
I whiffed.
There's that third one. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We probably need to say something about where you can find us.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and all those things. But where you really want to go find us at is on Patreon, where you can donate $1 a month to our general tier admission to help us and support us in our goal of not having to work shitty jobs for the rest of our lives. Thank you.
And if you want to be as awesome of a fan as me, you can go back in time, sign up for a higher tier that doesn't exist anymore, and they will continue to get that money because you refuse to log in and change it.
Yeah.
But you can't, because I'm the ultimate fan and you never will be able to donate as much as I do.
I still put in that much. And I own part of the company.
It's like some sort of tax dodge.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate your support, Billy.
See you next time.
Bye.
I'll be wearing a suit and have a shave, I promise.
This has been a production of the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network.